Welcome into the program.
Nice.
Thanks.
That was like a seance there for a sec.
I've been, I have Googled how to start a cult.
I'm not shocked.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because my thought is, because I think I can talk good enough to get people to follow me.
Yeah.
And I want to stop just short of the mass exodus.
Okay.
Like, give me your wives, give me your money, and then we'll stop there. Because the rest of them always take it too far.
Yeah.
Way too far.
Yeah.
And, I think, because I thought about, I've also looking into starting my own religion, too. I've looked that up.
Yeah. What would you call it?
Oh, buddy.
I mean,
it's the religion of the golf gods, because everybody prays to the golf gods for more birdies. You think I can't get some tax-free property and some tax-free income?
Yeah.
Start a church of the golf gods? Everybody that's in the, that would vote on that, it's like, well, I guess I have prayed to the gods for a birdie.
Yeah.
Of like, now I can take donations and buy a golf course, and then like everything, like you come out to play golf and you pay me and it's more of a donation to the church as opposed to income.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
You're a thinker, man. You're a thinker.
I'm outside the box.
Yeah, I would never have thought of something like that.
That would probably turn into the cult. I mean, it would be
probably worshiping putters and stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
who's the devil? That live?
Yeah, the live tour.
The live tour. I'm
so sick and fucking tired of that.
Oh, me too.
They're like, oh, this live golf of like, oh, you mean how they made everything better for you?
Yeah.
Like, I understand the PGA Tour people talking about it.
What the players?
But the players are like, oh, these guys are just like,
they got you more money.
Oh, you mean like they happen and start paying money, and all of a sudden the tour you play for just shits out $40 million from nowhere in like a day.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to do this now. Like, where'd that money come from?
Uh-huh. Why haven't we seen this all the time?
Why haven't we been these live tours, they're trying to and it's like, no, they did what they're supposed to do. It's like any other upstart. It makes your league better.
Yeah. Exactly.
You didn't that Australian guy's the only one that you lost that was worth a fuck anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else, like Brooks Koepka on his thing, he's talking about he didn't know if he could ever win another event on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, exactly. And he was very open about that.
The only thing that was bad is the current Open champion went.
Yeah. And he was good.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah.
And is also like 27.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is like, kind of.
Yeah. Either they were not good or they were past their prime.
Yeah. And I don't think that they would donate to my church because something tells me that the Saudis kind of have their own religion.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But you have a sermon on Sundays out on the back patio.
Yeah. I like
we
it.
believe in the breakfast ball.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Not bad. What are you called?
Me?
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus, the greenskeeper. I'd come up with something,
Yeah, Padre.
Yeah, call me Padre. We keep it Spanish themed for father, daddy.
That's it. That's the one.
Could you imagine
calling you daddy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was another idea I had. Don't forget that.
Okay.
I want to come back to that. But just imagine of like it being a church.
Yeah.
That the beer car girls are in like sexy church type garb. I mean,
like the Catholic schoolgirl thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
yeah. Why not?
What the fuck?
Why not? Yeah. It's golf, man. This is great.
I mean,
it's not bad. People have started weirder ones. Like Scientology?
Yeah. That was started by a guy. Their leader's name is Ron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a dipshit. Yeah.
L Ron. What's the L stand for?
The Ron.
Loser?
The Ron.
Yeah. You get guys fucking All they got to do is just dig a hole. Like, hey, I found this tablets at Golf Gods. They were playing this back in ancient fucking Europe.
Is this a composite book?
Yeah.
It's a composition book?
It's an old top flight thing of Chi Rodriguez.
So what's about the daddy thing?
Oh, it was just a funny thing because I was listening to a podcast like Dave Portnoy talk when the whole call her daddy debacle happened, and it ended up splitting up and splitting off and all this stuff. And now the girl that stayed with Barstool is very successful. She was kind of the leader of the call her daddy, and the other girl's the one that was trying to get out of trying to sell the podcast when the rights were owned by somebody else, which kind of illegal.
Yeah,
not allowed to do that. She kind of just went away, but the other one still took off. So Barstool still does their merch for her, but she signed a deal with Spotify, one of those big deals, but they still do the merch. And he's like, I was happy to do that. It's like, we had you under contract. And this other one was trying to get a bunch of money like 9 months after they signed their contract, trying to redo their deal of like, hey, that's not, like you're hot now. What if in 3 months you're not? And I understand getting what you're getting, but you wasn't getting there on your own.
This other lady, yeah.
So then it's like, he was talking about that of, call her daddy's still blowing up and it doing huge numbers. They saw a shit ton of merch.
Yeah.
It was just on the WideSide thing of like, I wanted to do, like the equivalent of the call her daddy, it'd just be call him fatty.
Yeah. That's good. I like it.
So I couldn't think of how to do the artwork for it because that was just, obviously that's where the idea was going to land, was the artwork. But it's like, stay tuned after call her daddy for call him fatty.
I like it. The Barstool, there's 2 or 3 chicks that do, I think it's like the Mean Girls podcast. That one's not bad. That one's kind of funny. They talk about some shit on there, but it's not bad. Not bad. And then the pop, I think we've talked about that one, the pop culture one that Dave's on there and he just has no fucking clue. It cracks
everybody's
me up.
name's wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
what? I forget who was on there, but they're asking her questions and she won't even like give up any names. And he's like, why the fuck is she on here?
Oh, yeah. It was the Scarface girl.
The Scarface girl. Yeah. How'd she get her scar?
Yeah. And she's like, I don't really like to talk about that in public. And he's like, what
are you doing here?
Why are you here then?
There was another, they brought back like the Jersey Shore girls.
Yeah.
They were talking to them and they like started like whisper something like and push the mic away. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, it's not secret time. It's like, what the hell?
I was listening because he was on Theo Von's show.
Yeah.
I was listening to that because Theo was on, I think it's called BFFs.
Yeah, he was on that one.
He was on that, and then there was this whole thing between him and
the chick.
The chick on there. And so they were back on Theo's show, and Dave says, it's Brianna Chicken Fry.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, is she Native American? Like, you can see Dave like, what?
What?
He goes, is Chicken Fry a Native American name? He goes, I think it's because she ate like chicken fries from Burger King. It's kind of, and he's like, oh.
He said something and it popped up on my TikTok. Theo did. They're talking about Asperger's or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, it's a P. He goes, I was putting some meat on it.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
His fucking mind.
It's out there.
Now, there's sometimes you can't watch all it because it takes him a long time to get there. Like,
you're making this up. Yeah. Right. You're making this up a little bit.
You're closing your eyes and you're kind of thinking. And
yeah. He's funny. He's funny. Who was on? Somebody was on his, and you could just tell like that other person was like annoyed by his questions.
Yeah.
I forget. It was somebody like Theo wouldn't talk to,
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, okay, well, this is bad. It honestly reminded me like a Between Two Ferns thing, but it was like real
just awkward.
It was just super awkward. Like Theo was trying to say like Theo's shit, and the guy was like, no, like wasn't you know what I mean? Like wasn't trying.
It's one of those things of like, hey, first of all, like don't go on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you have a when you're an invited guest and you say yes, like you have a responsibility to have either be a fan of the show
or look it up,
look it up and look into it.
Yeah.
The same thing like with the whole Segura McDonald's thing.
Yeah.
Of when, the local McDonald's paid them like $2.5 million to sponsor your mom's house.
Uh-huh.
The first episode that they aired with McDonald's as their leading sponsor, they showed a video of a guy that reviews sex toys.
Yeah.
And it was like a vibrating cock ring, or pocket pussy.
Yeah.
And he had a vibrating butt plug. And he had the butt plug turned up too high.
Uh-huh.
And you obviously didn't showing the video, and then they kind of blur it out. And you audibly hear him lose it. And then start apologizing because it was too fast because he had the butt plug turned up too high. Followed instantly by the next show of McDonald's requesting their fucking money back. Of
you gotta know what they do.
The show. This is the show prior to this wasn't that much better.
No,
I mean,
no, it's what they do. They talk about weird shit on there.
But it was fucking hilarious because it's a guy that reviews sex toys for men, and he had to apologize because he premature ejaculated. And there it is.
There you go. 4 weeks in a row.
5, I think. But yeah, it's just like, and the thing is like it wasn't like he did something live.
Yeah,
you recorded it, edited it, and put it out.
Gotta get those
you
reviews.
could have just done it again another day.
Yeah. Nope. And
nope. My fans expect the truth.
Don't turn up that high. Some of the people who come up with that shit, like, who thinks of, you know what? I ought to review all these sex toys and put them out to the world.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Have you ever, last week, I first saw, there's there's porn stars that do podcasts and then they have sex after they talk.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a husband and a wife. They're porn stars.
Yeah.
They interview other porn stars and then they all bang afterwards, as part of the podcast. It's like an OnlyFans / podcast.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. And there's like two or three of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue. Popped up on my TikTok feed. Not them banging, but a clipping of what they were talking about. And then whatever in the TikTok feed is like, oh, you'll find out later. It's something about whatever she does. And he goes, oh, you'll find out later. And I was like, what does she mean by that? So I Googled it. And yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what it's I forget what it's called.
There's
something about a plug or something.
People that have put podcasts on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, not just like sex work.
Yeah, other.
I was watching KFC.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney Cummings was on. She does shit on OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
I assume she's not getting naked on it, but it's like comedy stuff. I'm like,
that already happened to her anyway.
What's that?
She already got her shit leaked.
Oh, did she?
Like, yeah. I remember that being a thing.
I think she leaked her own.
She leaked her own. Yeah,
she was doing it. I think she was doing a video from the tub, and she thought she had more bubbles than she had,
and she did not.
Like, whatever,
whatever.
But, it's a good idea.
Yeah. No, I just thought I didn't know that was a thing until last week, and
OnlyFans.com/WideSide.
Yeah. sure, we'll get a lot of views there.
I think you have to go through an approval process, and I don't think we'd get approved.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I've seen some hogs on fucking OnlyFans.
It'd be funny because all the teachers that have gotten fired for OnlyFans, if it was a sports podcast, but it was on here, it was like, gotta let you go.
Damn it. Damn it.
I was just talking about the NFL.
Yeah, I wasn't even showing my ball.
It was just audio.
No pictures of us. I don't know our names.
Just take pictures of my feet. What? I mean.
Yeah. Not my feet. My feet are gross.
What's the one of like some of those teachers that have gotten fired? It's like, why the fuck are you still teaching? You made $600,000 in the last 2 months.
No shit, insurance.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things of like,
yeah, why?
First of all, who caught you?
Yeah, why is your
nobody
face
ever gets in trouble for that?
Yeah,
but it's like,
yeah, exactly. The principal was just informed.
Why are you showing your face?
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a public job, I mean, for sure, just wear a mask.
Yeah, or just
like there's that
go
one
neck down.
That one famous TikTok guy that his girlfriend, like the ski mask girl.
Yeah.
For years, has like millions of followers.
Nobody.
I think she showed her face finally, but
oh, did she?
I think they broke up, so now she can do her own shit. But like for years, it was just like, you don't.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We don't care. Her name's like Ski Mask Girl or something. Yeah.
It's that guy's with his dad and everything with the duck.
Yeah, and the mom that's kind of bitchy.
Funny. The funny one though, where he told his dad he was taking pictures for his anniversary for his mom.
Oh,
so he had like almost like the George Costanza poses on the couch with the duck, and then put him on a billboard.
Yep,
it's fucking awesome. I mean,
that is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Just to have the disposable income just to, let me get a couple pics, we're going to do this and this, and just put them on a billboard.
I'm assuming
$1,500 well spent.
I'm assuming like California too. I mean,
where I don't know where he lives, but I don't follow him that close or at all.
No, I don't.
I don't know that I follow anybody.
I don't know if I follow anybody either. They just pop up on my For You thingy.
I have people that follow me. Or us, I guess, technically, for all 6 posts or whatever that is up there.
Probably robot.
Yeah. Well, that's people that we know.
Yeah. I think I might be one of them.
You're one of them. My brother's one of them.
Yeah.
A couple other people. Another guy and his wife for some reason. Like we'd have her say anything that would interest her.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, show's not for you.
Yeah, no.
It's just not.
It's not.
It's not really for anybody.
No.
It's for us.
Yeah.
Show's for us. You just get to listen to it. Except the stuff we talk about pre-show was just stuff not for the
air. Oh man. I already miss sports. And when I sports, I mean football. I mean I do enjoy I haven't watched, usually I watch a couple college basketball games, but I haven't watched any. But I know you don't, but I do enjoy the March Madness. It gives me something to watch on the weekends.
I just can't get into it anymore. Of it's just so. I
don't know. I think I was so, I don't know, young, I guess. Like before I started really like watching the games. When I was a kid, I just remember it like being on every fucking day. And now it's, it's only on, the first 2 weeks it's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I mean, after that, it's only like once a weekend. But I just, as a kid, I was like, oh my God, it's like 70 games today.
But I remember as a kid watching like the Duke Kentucky game with the Christian Laettner shot. Like I remember watching that in the, in the living room. Like I remember that. Of like those games just don't happen anymore. Yeah, mainly because nobody that's that good stays.
Yeah, exactly.
Christian Laettner was a fucking senior.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Grant Hill was a sophomore. I mean,
yeah,
because like I think it was the same season. Was like that happened, and like it was one of those ones where like Georgia Tech was down 2 points with 0.8 of a second left.
Yeah,
and they hit a fucking three of like. If it doesn't have a buzzer beater, like this last weekend seemed awesome. I caught all the clips because it was all buzzer beaters this weekend.
Yeah.
And then, that Caitlin Clark from Iowa, who's a fucking sniper.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Oh, shit. She's averaging like almost 30.
She hits a buzzer beater.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran her around 2 picks, and that girl got big and then kind of tripped up and fell. Of like, how?
Yeah.
There was nobody else taking that shot besides her. Why is the whole team not guarding her? I mean, hey, if somebody else makes that shot,
I'll live with it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we know who's taking his shot.
She's not going to make that shot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just because I think she averages 30 a game.
Yeah, I think she does. Like, it's weird how like Iowa has those people. I remember that the big kid they had there for like 3 or 4 years. It's like, oh, Iowa? Why the hell did you choose Iowa?
I think I seen her doing an interview. Now, obviously, I don't know the if she can afford financially to not go to the WNBA.
Yeah,
I don't know how much money she'd be turning down. Technically, still with the COVID thing and everything, she got like 2 years of eligibility left. Still,
it's crazy.
It's like, why don't you just stay and put up like 10,000 points and be like, catch it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. Of all like the really good girls basketball players that's been out, the Kevin Hart does that cold as balls thing where they're in that ice tub, and he was doing one with They had just won the WNBA championship. Dude, I don't know her name. I remember watching her play in college. I think she played for Washington or something like that. But it was just like he asked her, do the girls talk as much shit as, because we hear the NBA guys talking shit. He's like, but do the women? He's like, she goes, the women say some of the most vulgar and nastiest stuff on the court. She's like, it's just stuff that like you have to like turn your head and like, really? Like that's what you just said right now?
Dude, it's one of those things. Like obviously we think men are violent.
Yeah.
Watch college women's soccer.
Yeah.
Like vicious, like I'll just kick you in the head.
Yeah.
I was kind of going for the ball. Sorry. I mean, it is like there are so many of like, kind of that roughing about on the sideline. Ball goes out and you go to do your two-handed overhand fucking throw in.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Of like multiple times. Go get the ball, just turn around and whip it right in their face from like 3 feet. Just
God.
Wham. Of like,
ugh, that would hurt because that soccer ball, that's got a weird texture to it.
All the time. There's so many times to just grab a ponytail and rip them to the ground. Of like, what is going on here? Like, why is this?
Yeah.
Why is soccer this violent in the women's game? But it is fucking crazy.
And then you hear about all the time how the men flop and shit during the soccer.
They do.
Yeah.
He touched my elbow, so my ankle's broken. It's my favorite Key and Peele where they do that flop.
Oh, yeah.
And he flops so good that he ends up dying and going to heaven, and then he comes back.
Yeah, but sports, I'm excited for I like watching the conference tournaments too, because it's something to watch. The football's over. I got to watch something.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, getting a lot of play. We'll see how it goes, but this pitch clock, kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I watched a fool at bat on Twitter today. It took 20 seconds.
Good.
It was a 3-pitch strikeout that took 20 seconds.
Good.
Of like, this is awesome.
Yeah, maybe it won't last 5 hours.
You mean it's how baseball is on every fucking level except the major leagues?
Yeah.
Then I seen a clip of like, this might be the play that caused the pitch clock.
Mm-hmm.
So they synced up 2 videos, and then they just looped the one video. And it was Tim Raines hitting an inside the park home run.
Okay.
So pitch goes for a strike, and then they start. How many, but in between pitches, how many inside the park home runs can Tim Raines run?
Oh, what, 10?
7.
Wow.
Before the second pitch was thrown, of like,
wow.
And it wasn't thrown over to first. It was like, oh, back off. Oh, let me step off. Let me, of like, throw the fucking ball.
The next one I want to, and I hope it's kind of, I hope it goes with the flow of the pitch count. I hope it sparks that as well. When the runner hits first, don't take off the 9,000 pounds of padding you have on either. Like the guys who like, oh, I got to take off my gloves and I got to take off my elbow patch, now my knee brace, my shin. It's like, I know they're not going to have enough time.
They're not going to have a choice.
That's what I'm saying.
That fucking clock starts.
And I hope, God, I remember watching, it was one of the wild card games last year. It was the one I was watching it. And it literally, the guy took off like 6 items after he got walked. Switched his helmet because he had like the guard helmet on, switched that one so he, had like an open one. I was like, Jesus Christ. The fuck took that long? Good God, man.
Just let's get some action going.
Like it hurts. It's got to hurt. Fucking ball's coming 90 miles an hour. But to wear all that padding.
Oh, yeah. Well, to wear all that padding because you're actively trying. It's like Craig Biggio. He stuck his elbow over the plate to get hit. There's obviously that's why he's been hit more than anybody of the.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, there's a rule in the book that says you're not allowed to fucking do that. That's a strike.
Yeah.
But there's so many rules in baseball to stop all the shit that they're doing.
That nobody
they just don't enforce it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the first 2 games when, because they don't go extra innings in spring training. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Guy doesn't get ready to bat with, the batter has to be ready with 8 seconds left, like actively ready looking at the pitcher.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready, out.
Ooh.
And it caused you kidding me? This is how we're going to end a game of like, this is a fucking rule.
Fucking rule, dude.
Get your ass in the box.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
In high school, you're not even allowed to step out of the box or it's a strike.
I think you have one. You can have
put
one foot
out
in,
to get your signs.
Yeah.
But then that was one thing I was thinking about that when I was in high school of like, now obviously it'd be the all clear sign, which was just a hand clap.
Yeah.
But after every pitch, there's nobody on base.
Yeah.
I'm the first batter.
Yeah.
What sign could you possibly? I'm not fucking bunting.
Yeah.
But it was like, had to step out and look at the coach forever, of like, hey, this is,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Go ahead and hit.
When that was one, because I always had to step out, because obviously everybody has their routines, and so I hit a catcher in the head twice in the same at bat with the bat.
Nice.
To the point where on the third pitch, he was fucking crying behind the plate, and I could hear him crying. It's his fucking fault.
Yeah.
There's a kid on third. So, like, for some reason, it was like they must have been scared that they were going to steal home.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd take the pitch.
Yeah.
And then I'd step out and I'd kind of swing my bat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically chasing the guy back to third base and then would throw it back to the pitcher.
Oh.
Well, he ran behind me.
Yeah.
And I fucking hit him.
Yeah. He did it
and
again?
I mean, like, okay. Well, then fucking next pitch. Whack.
Yeah.
Parents yelling.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it on purpose. I'm like, I'm in my fucking, there's a box of chalk.
Yeah.
Of where I'm allowed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking in my area.
Yeah.
And then, so after that, like the coach was like, you got to run out and ahead of him. So it was like the next pitch, he runs across the plate and then like, hey, that guy's not stealing home.
Yeah.
How about like the pitcher take 2 steps, you throw. If you can't complete this 60-foot throw, you deserve to get scored on.
Yeah.
But I could hear him crying.
Yeah. Put a helmet on, pussy.
Obviously, I'm going to get walked now because there's no way this ump can call strikes now like this bitch. I mean.
Oh, I was so bad at baseball. Just so bad at baseball. Like, I remember, like, trying to be good at it. And
it's nothing better than trying to be good.
And, like, like, when you're on deck and you're practicing, well, like, I would always, like, pretend that I was batting, and when he pitched, I'd swing. Yeah. And then in the back of my head, I'd be like, probably strike. Like, I
just struck out. That wasn't even anywhere close.
Nope. Yeah, I actively tried to get hit with the ball because it didn't hurt. Yeah. And I then act like a little bitch. Like, I just better get on base. People are going to be mad at me. Back's bruised.
It's like in, is it Major League 2 where Dorn goes in and he gets hit in the back and he's like,
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good rule. I like the
it's
clock.
Moving along.
Yeah.
And then obviously we'll see how it goes because there's no shift anymore.
Yeah.
Basically, mainly for left-handed power hitters.
Uh-huh.
Like,
crank them.
Well, it's probably going to give more singles and we're going to have more people on base. Oh, you mean more action in the fucking game?
Yeah, exactly. Baseball's the only sport that doesn't help the offense.
I was having a talk today, too. Shockingly. It's baseball heavy, apparently.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about baseball and stuff, and the guy was older, and he was talking about Babe Ruth, which is fine.
Yeah.
Of like, they don't give him enough credit. Ain't nobody that can do what that guy did. Like, he hit 60 home runs, the next guy hit 10. It's like, fucking Babe Ruth was out of shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hitting off a guy that couldn't start on a Division III college team at this point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even
close.
A lot of 98-mile-an-hour fucking sliders coming up there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got to hit with an 80-mile-an-hour fastball. It's like, fuck, I think I could throw 80 now. I mean, and I'm nothing. I've got a bad shoulder still.
Yeah, I don't get the Babe Ruth thing. Yeah. Like, it was cool probably back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to have been. I mean, just big fat guy. Basically, it looks like your average person out there.
Which is weird thing of is like, you just assume he's fat. Which he's, obviously at the end of his career, he only weighed like 240.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, John Goodman might have been a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that was a bit of, they didn't do him any fucking.
No. Eating like 9 plates at breakfast, drinking a beer. It's like, Jesus.
Well, then that was in the, you ever watch the movie 62?
Yeah.
Of, like when Maris is saying something to Babe Ruth's wife.
Yeah.
Obviously, he died by then. I don't feel that they did her any credit with that fucking movie either.
No.
Like, he really loved his record.
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck?
He's some witch.
Looked like she'd gotten hit in the face with a board. Yeah. Of like,
doesn't hurt here or here. It's right here.
Yeah, I'm like, but when they talk about that back in the, it's like they didn't let black people play sports.
Exactly.
You can't claim fucking records.
No.
You just can't. When I played 152 games back then. Okay.
That's all they play now. They take breaks all the fucking time.
Yeah. That was the other one. I was listening to a new book. And it's talking about Lou Gehrig it's about Stoic philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And they use, I don't know why I'm even asking this.
Thanks.
But like, have you ever read anything by Robert Greene or whatever? He's wrote like 48 Laws of Power, stuff like that.
Just go ahead and talk. It's cool.
I like the way these styles of books of like, so this one's about philosophy.
Okay.
But it uses historical figures and stuff to tell the stories of, like, being humble or something like that, or just like doing your job. Mm-hmm. Just do your job. But they use, like, this one's using Lou Gehrig of, like, obviously, until Cal Ripken had, the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Of like, just do your fucking job.
Yeah.
Of go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But just talking about that, thinking, especially back then, like, they didn't have any fucking trainers or anything.
Yeah.
And they was talking about, like, x-rays of his hands, like he had broken, like, every finger of he got hit in the head in a game by a pitch that knocked him. He was out for like 5 minutes, had to take him to the fucking hospital, thought like cracked skull.
Yeah.
And the pitcher goes, I guess that streak's over now.
Yeah.
Fucking played the next day.
Nice.
Of like, it's like, like fucking LeBron James. Was like, well, I got a hangnail on my toe. Yeah. So fucking load management. I need to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just, I know you're not much of a reader.
No, I'm not.
Or listener. But just I just like how that's, historical.
Yeah. I like to learn things
stuff
from you.
Yeah.
Because you kind of like just give me the synopsis of it. Yeah.
When you want to know about Stoic philosophy.
Yeah, I just come to you. learn about the Stoes.
Well, you've caught pieces of it because you've watched Gladiator, and that's kind of where it started. The piece of shit Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
The guy he killed is kind of one of the Stoics, like the big Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
So you have Meditations, a book by Marcus Aurelius.
Gotcha.
And it has this big Stoic philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a diary, but it's kind of teachings now. But it's not relatable.
Gotcha.
Because you're not a king. It's like, I've never given himself credit because he never laid his hands on a slave. It's like, well, he had slaves.
Yeah. Quit giving yourself credit. Yeah.
Can't give yourself a pat on the back for not banging your slaves.
Good for you, man. Great job.
Way to step it up there, pal. I never laid with a slave.
Yeah, you're looked upon as great.
Congratulations to me. I'm like, I don't know, buddy.
Yeah. Maybe take a different route there.
But then some of it is of like his gets into like pushing your ego down of like, quite literally, he was the most powerful man in the world. If he snapped your finger, you just, hey, you're dead. Hey, kill those 500 people there.
Yeah.
And to not do that, because man, if I was a king in those, buddy, it'd be like the dictator where he's just like, get that guy, and make it more pointy. You can't kill him.
Yeah,
that's why I think it probably would go to fruition with my cult of like, well, I guess we got it's the only way.
You guys have to kill yourselves.
We all have to wear those white Nikes and put something over our face to catch a spaceship that's supposed to be on the other side of the moon when this comet comes by.
But we got to live.
That's a real cult.
Yeah,
that happened.
You don't see a lot of cults anymore.
Well, there's one in Ohio.
Oh, yeah?
It's hit the fucking news. Like, the guy that thinks he is Jesus.
Oh.
Like, literally thinks he's Jesus.
Oh. You think there's just something wrong with him?
I think I can take him.
Yeah.
He looks like a bitch. But yeah, there was several cults here in Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to hold a golf outing for one of them.
Oh, nice.
And that's the truth. But, Yeah, I think there's been some podcasts on it, and there's rumors of like a Netflix or somebody documentary about this guy in Ohio, this cult in Ohio.
Gotcha.
Like this, like literally thinks that
he is the second coming of Christ.
That it's like I can do any, like write scripture that should be in the Bible type shit. Of like,
oh, wow.
The fucking ego on you, pal.
No shit.
Of like,
oh, shit.
I'm going to start a cult full well knowing what I'm doing. I'm going in with a business plan. I'm not going in thinking that I actually am the fucking guy.
I am Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am.
If you give me your wives and your money, you'll drop your handicap by 2 strokes.
I am darkness. I am the night. I am Jesus.
But I would do that. I'd write scripture from my my Temple of the Golf Gods.
Nice.
I think that's a good one.
Temple of the Golf Gods.
Yeah. But do it like, because if you get it in there as a religion, whatever you write as scripture, it can't be changed, or else you can't go back on your religion, or you lose your tax status.
Yeah.
Looked into it. But I would just write goofy shit in there. It's like, the only way to putt is to putt left-handed. So like,
everybody switches to
terrible, except for the people that actually are left-handed.
I knew I was chosen. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the chosen ones. The only disciples got to be lefties.
Yep.
Got to be lefties.
Everything you're talking about, this golf thing, only reminds me of when Peter started the Fonz Church.
It's good. Hey, that's a good point. Hey.
Oh man,
just be like just buying up golf courses everywhere, private jets like that Joel Holstein, and have like a Saturday fucking morning show. Like, donate your money.
Yeah,
he needs more fuel for his jet.
Yeah.
That was the line out of Fletch 2. Fletch lives.
Fletch lives.
Well, he's got his jet is getting old.
I don't know if I watched the second one. I watched the first one.
It's in Louisiana. There's a place that was opening an amusement park called Bible Land.
Nice. Bible Land. Goodness.
That's some good stuff there. But yeah, I feel like I could do a good job with a cult.
Yeah.
I really do.
You could.
Yeah. I think I can convince people of some stuff. I mean, I convince you of a lot of shit. You have no idea of half the stuff I tell you.
No, you could have made up a lot of that whole stoic thing. I bought it.
That's real. Like, you can look that up. I mean, it's kind of like on the because it's something I've looked up on the Gladiator thing. Like, a lot of that is obviously the
movie and stuff. Yeah.
A lot of that is kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
The way that, the Joaquin Phoenix character and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Leonidas or whatever.
Marcus.
No, that's 300.
Maximus.
Same guy, different movie.
Yeah, different movie. No, not same guy. Russell Crowe is the Gladiator.
Who's in 300?
Gerard Butler.
They're the same guy. In that time frame, same guy. But like, besides the way that went, like that, it was very accurate to how that actually happened.
Yeah.
I also looked up in 300 of like,
the movie stretches that very.
Oh yeah, it's very.
Oh yeah, because I always thought that was cool, so I would Google stuff like that. Yeah,
and like you can find the historical spots where that because the battle actually did happen.
Yes, it did.
But like to see it in like now time of like just walk over there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we're not thinking about we got a million guys that were trying to get through this fucking area. We didn't have cars, motherfucker. But there's another one of that, like Xerxes actually did think he was a god.
Yeah.
And did weird shit.
Yeah.
Like when there was like
the experimenting that he would do on like the people, like giving people, he would like sew arms to people because he thought, so I mean, tools and stuff to their hands.
And would like when they would get in areas where like they were struggling to pass a mountain. Because he was a god.
Yeah, he thought he could move the mountain.
And it wouldn't cooperate. He would send his people there to whip the mountain. Like actually like 40 lashes to the mountainside for disobeying God. Of like, Hey,
this guy.
Hey, man.
Could you imagine like being like a level-headed person? Like, we're whipping a mountain right now.
Yeah, but then it'd be like, I mean, he could have fucking sewed somebody's dick to our back. Yeah. So I guess this is okay.
We're okay. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There was some, I've read some weird things about that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Would punish fucking rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
So you've read some
I've read some of the weird shit. Yeah. Like when they, like if they would travel like on like the ocean and stuff and it would be like a storm or something, he would curse the ocean and, you know, do some whatever punishment he thought was right for the, I'm like, it's a fucking ocean. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, the funny one on the sequel to 300.
Yeah.
The guy that is in, I think it's Homelander.
No.
Or no, I'm sorry. He's on, it's a different, there's 2 Showtime shows that I used to watch.
Okay.
The one that Homelander was on, and then there was another one that was like two special forces guys.
Okay, yeah.
And the guy in that movie, he was one of the special, and he like, obviously, it was Cinemax show. So that guy fucked everybody. Of like, it was a really good show of like, well, girl comes into a scene. I guess it is Cinemax. So this guy's going to fuck her. Yeah. So like, I think maybe my brother went to the theater and watched that of like, all right, this is the same battle, but it's from the ocean side.
Yeah.
And then he's, a Spartan.
Yeah.
Of like,
or the Athens guy.
The Athens guy.
Yeah.
And then like the green lady.
Yeah.
Of like, and I seen him like, oh, he's from that show that fucks everybody.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck this girl.
He's gonna fuck this girl. And then he does.
It happened. Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? We need to meet.
Yeah.
To get together. Will you surrender? No. You? No. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
What?
We'll meet in the middle. A guy who listens to this podcast, and he'll know exactly what I'm talking about with this. As soon as you said the second movie, he and his parents are big fans of the first one.
Yeah.
So they go to the theaters to watch the second one, and then he brings his girlfriend with him.
Okay.
Not knowing about the sex scene.
Okay.
And I think that we were in high school when it came out. And he's like, it was the most awkward thing in the world watching these guys like aggressively bang each other. And I'm sitting right by my mom.
That just, because I have a similar story.
Yeah.
Not for that movie, obviously. I was a full blown adult.
Yeah.
When I seen that. But Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Remember that? In that movie, there's a scene where the werewolf bangs the girl.
Yes.
I had seen that in the theater with, I think, my father. But then I remember being at school and somebody said, oh, I seen that. And it's like, hey, it's because it's a weird scene.
Yes.
Like it doesn't make scene. Like it shouldn't be in the movie.
No, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it's not. I understand being like a kid of like, oh, there's a sex scene of like, it's a fucking werewolf. Like
banging this thing.
I remember the one. This is a fucking kid. He's also a kid that he got his ass kicked. That was pretty funny too. But like he'd seen it and he's like, I thought that seems pretty good. Kind of like,
yeah, it's pretty hot,
man.
Pretty hot, man.
I was like, one, I don't know that you even see anything.
No,
I think it's more of some thrusting and some fucking
howling.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And he's like, oh, that was pretty. I'm like,
pretty intense.
What? Did you jerk off in the theater? But he was the one that in the lunchroom that sitting at the table, like they were good friends, and the other, like he said something, whatever, the kid got up and hit him at least 5 fucking times in the face. To where he just laid his head down and just kept taking it. And then the other kid got taken to the office, obviously. Yeah. And then he stands up and goes, I'm going to kick his fucking ass. I'm like, well,
yeah,
you kind of.
Yeah, he got bitched out back there.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I feel like you would. This was a good opportunity.
To at least defend yourself.
Yeah, and it wasn't one of those like he caught him out, like he stood up and was like, you shut the fuck up or I'm going to beat your ass kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he kept talking and then just fucking, I fucking told you.
Yeah.
Beat his fucking ass. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think you can. He turned out to be a loser.
Nice. So, figures.
It worked out. The other one might have too. I don't know. I lose track. It was funny though. Because I just remember sitting at the way it was in the lunchroom of like when he got up, said that, and then walked out. It's, tears coming out of his eye, fucking blood.
Yeah. Beat that guy's ass.
Kick his fucking ass. Like, did you just say that? Because I just remember saying like,
yeah. The first time
you had a good shot.
Yeah. The first time I watched, I remember very vividly because it's funny as hell. We're in Walmart shopping with my mother, and she goes, "Hey, do you want to buy a movie and go home and watch it?" Yeah, of course. Why not? We bought one that was new, and then I went to like the $5 bin and just grabbed like 2 or 3 of them. One of them was Tropic Thunder. And I watched. My mom's like, "Oh, it's got Robert Downey Jr. in it," and Ben. She likes both of those, Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. She was into it. I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool." And I had no idea what it was.
Yeah,
I just knew it. I knew it came out. I knew it was supposed to be funny. And okay, so get past the opening credits where like Tobey Maguire and Robert Downey Jr. are like getting together and stuff, and then it gets into the fuck this, fuck that. And my mom's like, "I did not think this was what this was." She's like, "I don't know if we need to finish this." I'm like, "I'll finish it on my own."
You saying that was trending the other day. They were trying to cancel that and stuff like that. Ben Stiller came and goes, "I am not apologizing for this." No,
it's funny.
You saying this shit about this means you didn't watch the fucking movie.
Oh, I know.
Because the whole point was to point out that he shouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
That was the point of the fucking movie. Like, well, they're just taking roles away from black guys. Like, that was in the movie.
That was in the movie.
That was the point of
the other black guy is mad because he's not the lead black guy.
Yeah. Watch the movie.
I think my favorite part of that is Robert Downey Jr. doesn't play a white guy after he takes off the black. He's an Australian guy.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I fucking love that movie. Still, like, when the director gets blown up.
Yeah.
And they're all doing that shit. And, like, just the way he said, "This motherfucker's dead." That gets me.
You ruined the shot. We hit your trail, donkeys.
And cut. Scene.
That's a trailer. Oh, great movie. Love it.
It's warm.
Yeah. Blood-flavored corn syrup.
That when he's getting tortured and they keep pulling him out of the water and he's going,
Yeah. Like he still thinks this is the movie. I love when it's not even supposed to be funny. It's Robert Downey Jr. and the other black guy in it, and they're like, doing some recon on it, and they see him acting Simple Jack.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, man, they got him doing this." He's like, to his point, though, he took a little bit less off the retard. He goes, he's making it more approachable for the audience. He goes, he's actually done a pretty good job. You're breaking down his acting right now.
That's such a...
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, don't apologize for that one. That one's funny as shit.
That one is freaking classic.
Funny as hell.
I remember Robert Downey Jr. was on Rogan years ago, and he's like, "Could you do that now?" He goes, "No, you could do it."
Yeah.
This would be like the last thing you did.
Gosh, that's just good. Good. And so many like big name actors in it too. Obviously we've talked about it multiple times. The Tom Cruise thing's great. Yeah. And like Matthew McConaughey's parts are funny.
Yeah.
Just that.
The only thing that bothers me is that last scene where it has him running he's running 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
That's where you decided to make up some time that it couldn't possibly be another 6 seconds longer.
Yeah. Zoom him out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you got to pick yours.
The whole Tom Cruise thing and then seing the interview of that was all his idea is
it's great.
Phenomenal.
I feel like this guy needs to dance.
Yeah. That and the other one is it's the same feeling I have about like people with the CBD oil, where Robert Downey Jr. talking about the booty sweat. Drink booty sweat, it's cure all.
Yeah.
But that's the way people are like, I get the CBD of like, I was paralyzed, but now I take CBD and I can do backflips. And get a full erection.
Yeah. Drink some of his ass water.
It's cure all.
Oh, man.
Because that was a run for him on comedies, too, because then Due Date came out, and then, now he did Iron Man, but then turned into Tony Stark in real life.
Yeah, and now he can't do anything.
And now it's like, okay. And now Marvel came out and said, he's not coming back. Like, well, that's probably a mistake because your stuff sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks.
They were guessing that the new Shazam movie. How do they pre-guess?
I don't know.
Like, we think we're reading that it's going to be a big failure at the box office.
So they always hold those, like the pre-screenings. I don't know if they do it all. Because I know the critics get to watch it before it goes to theaters.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just based off of what their thoughts are. Who thought? Okay, the first one's, it's okay. It's okay. It's
watchable.
Yes. Who thought that, oh man, this sequel is going to be the turning point?
Yeah.
No, but I don't know anybody who was like, yes, great.
And I don't know where it fits in.
No, yeah.
Because technically, where it's supposed to fit in.
It's supposed to be the starter for the new shit.
Yeah, because Black Adam is part, like the chair that's empty at the end of the first one, that's Black Adam's chair.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is like a fun, like childhood kid movie. And this is a serious movie that he's not even in.
Yeah. And then you're not doing it anymore.
And then you're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, They should have just scrapped Shazam 2 and just started with The Flash.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They already had it. And
the guy just...
fuck. If you're going to do that, if it's going to be that bad, just throw out that Batgirl movie. I think you might make some money just for how bad it must be.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to burn this footage.
Yep.
Like, just light it up.
Yeah.
It is not... We're not keeping it.
Oh, man.
Oh, did you see Twitter-wise? We can get into a little bit of football because I don't have anything else. I don't know that I watched anything.
Did you see the dude? Are you talking about the dude from Georgia? That whole thing?
Oh, no. I did. I heard that on the radio. I didn't look into it.
He didn't. He got released back to the con. He's allowed to do that stuff. But not that specifically him, but after you heard about like the crash and everything, you kind of assumed it was racing at some, had something to do with racing. But not particularly him. But that was a crazy story. Because when it first, obviously everybody in the news wants to just, oh my God, he was a part of it. It was the reason that they crashed. Like, okay, let's find out the facts first. Yeah. He was just, taken in for questioning, guys. It wasn't.
When it's always weird of like during the combine.
Yeah. Why now?
Like this happened in January.
Uh-huh.
But it's this week? Seems weird. He's at fault for something.
Yes.
He lied to the cop. He did something, which are, I think, what he's possibly being charged with 2 misdemeanors, which could be up to 12 months in prison. Then then a lawyer comes out and goes, yeah, that's usually done on probation because this is not,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but what were you going to say?
How the GM of the fucking Ravens was like basically burning down the building.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I didn't know. I didn't see, and I didn't read. Did you see into? Did you read some of the tweets?
I was
not physically see them, but
I drove down to. I drove over to Indy to talk with him. This is Randy from WideSide Sports. I was just asking, what do you think? Why do you think all your players are shit? The guys that you draft?
Yeah, exactly.
But I heard the remarks from him. Like I was listening to the radio and they actually played the clip of him talking and it was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, what?
The question asked was about, because basically receivers are just blowing up year one.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not like we're not trying to draft wide receiver. We drafted 5 in the last 4 years and whatever rounds. He's like, we haven't been, as far as development goes or our scouting, maybe we're not doing it right. We just, we haven't been able to hit on one.
Yeah.
Like, and Rashad, it was like, it was into that. Basically, like, soon as I heard it, I was like, you just called your receivers pieces of shit. Basically.
Yeah, basically. All your receivers suck.
And it came off that way when he said it.
Yeah.
And he goes, it's a combination of things, guys getting hurt, being on the field, quarterback plays another big thing of like, here's a shot fired against the quarterback that we have.
Jesus.
I mean, it was like, what the fuck are you? The guy just asked about maybe getting some, you traded away your number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
And then, and then that's when Bateman came back of like,
you better watch
and
yourself.
He ended up deleting, but like a lot of players, I didn't read into all of them. But it was actually listening to him talk going, hey, shut the fuck up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is your team.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was basically, we're going to keep trying to draft receivers and hopefully we'll hit on one.
Yeah.
It's like,
wow.
What, dude? Like,
yeah. Wow.
You just fired your offensive coordinator, basically saying, which is you admitting that your offense is shit.
Mm-hmm. And you traded away.
You haven't signed a quarterback who's already had an MVP.
Uh-huh.
Took you to the playoffs last year. Let's not remember you lost 8 running backs.
Yeah.
And had everybody else in your hurt. So, Lamar Jackson single-handedly took you to the playoffs and got you a playoff win.
Yeah. And
has an MVP. You're trying to sign him, and you kind of throw him under the bus.
And let's be honest with you, they may pull off that win if that freak fucking fumble doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going in to score to go up 16-10.
Yeah.
And that fumbles is the game. Tries to jump or whatever the fuck he tried to do. The ball comes out and fucking your defensive end runs it back. Yeah. I mean,
that game is probably over if they score because Cincinnati was doing nothing.
What a weird thing. What a weird thing to say as a GM and a GM of a fairly young team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you fire your offensive coordinator because your offense has become stagnant. It's not explosive anymore because people have figured it out.
Yeah.
I mean, plus you don't want to you can't keep doing that if you want to have Lamar as your quarterback because he hasn't finished a season in 2 years.
When that's kind of what they were talking about so you have Lamar Jackson who's more dynamic. Everything that Jalen Hurts is, Lamar Jackson's better at.
Uh-huh.
Everything. He's a better runner, by far.
Better runner.
He throws. People forget that he did not run in college. He was a fucking thrower, and he threw dimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he had better receivers at Louisville than he does in the NFL.
Yeah.
Of like, you've went into this of we got a running quarterback, so we might as well run the wing T.
Yeah.
Of like, well, you can't. You're running the NFL.
Yeah, you're running fucking Pistol Pro and Pistol Con.
Yeah, I mean, so what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, well, he's just not a polished passer. Like, well, he's got nobody to throw to.
He's
at all.
Yeah.
And your offense that you run is basically just designed to run the option.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to say this of like, maybe take a look at yourself. The fact that you fired your defensive coordinator. Well, we parted ways. No, you fired
Wink.
him.
Yeah.
And he went and had great success in his next fucking job.
With a terrible roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fired your offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
The comment cards from the NFLPA came back in.
Yeah.
And they were voted like worst for strength and conditioning. So they fired the. It was like, before you start shit, why don't you get your fucking house in order?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. I mean, it's. And you got to take a little bit of that responsibility as like you should have been like, go a different way about it. You can think that all you want, but you just blew that up out of proportion.
There's a way to say like, hey, we're perennially in the playoffs and picking in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about guys that are picked top 10 as receivers. We're hopefully never in a position to get one of those guys.
Yeah.
That we're going to find our guys, we're going to develop our guys, and we're going to move forward.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or we're going to continue to develop the guys we have because we think that they are, NFL type guys who can have success. Yeah. Something like that. Nah, they're shit.
Yeah.
We can't draft them. Or you basically just said you're bad at drafting.
You're bad at your job.
Yeah.
Is basically what he said.
Yeah.
And while saying I'm bad at my job, you shit over all your players.
Yeah. Was he brand new or was he the assistant to the other guy?
I think he was the assistant to Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy was great.
Kind of
this shit would have never happened.
No,
Ozzy's not an idiot.
Well, to the point of like when you're talking about all these firings and stuff of like, hey, is it time for John Harbaugh to get shit canned? You can't pick coordinators, and if you can't pick coordinators,
yeah,
because you're not going to get an offensive coordinator.
No,
that's the problem that we're in right now. Defensive coordinators getting head coaching jobs is pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to hire an offensive coordinator, and if he does well, he's getting a head coaching job. So every 2 years,
you have to
hire a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I have an issue with the Todd Monken hire for Baltimore. It's tough for me to say. He said, well, when he was in the NFL, he did. Who
was he with?
Who was he? He was the Georgia offensive coordinator the last 2 years.
Who's he with in the NFL?
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
With Jameis.
Okay. So he is tutelage under that fucking aired out.
Basically. I mean, it's a I don't think you can say that he's this great developer of an offense and this and that. I'm like, you know what? He probably is good enough for college football because college football is easy. Yeah. This is the NFL. He hasn't done anything as an NFL quarterback. He was an interim coach somewhere too along the way as well. Yeah. It's like, did you hire him because he has that experience and you didn't trust any of these other younger guys, or did you just hire him because he thought he was the best?
Yeah.
Now, if you truly think that, there were some offensive coordinators that were out there that were young that could probably do the same thing you were doing that he's going to do. I mean, you went young. You fired Wink because you really liked this guy that you sent down to Michigan to learn how to be a defensive coordinator. Then you bring him back up.
Yeah.
And you fire Wink for no good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hardball, the only thing keeping Hardball there is that they continue to go to the playoffs.
Yeah. And I think you're getting with him because it's kind of the same way that Jim is doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I basically took it off his brother of, all right, we're going to get this guy from Georgia. He's going to run this Georgia-style offense. Don't turn the fucking ball over.
Yeah.
Here's safe passes. Here's our running game. We're going to win with defense, special teams, which is fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But you have a dynamic quarterback.
Yeah, but you don't need him.
No, you don't need him. Oh, man.
You know, if you're gonna win that way, you spend more money on defense, and you can't pay $50 million a year to a quarterback.
When in your eyes is that happening? Whether he signs or whether he's traded?
Well, they'll tag him. Well, I don't know when the tag it when it's in June when they have to sign it. But
yeah,
they're gonna tag him, and then
what's he getting?
36? 35.
Okay.
Well, because there's two different tags. There's non-exclusive and exclusive. The non-exclusive is like 33.
Okay.
And the exclusive is like 38.
Okay.
The non-exclusive, if you tag him with that, somebody else can make him an offer. If he would accept that offer, you have a chance to match it. If you don't match it, they get him, but you get two first-round picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those things of like another team probably isn't going to do that.
Yeah. They're not giving up
something like you give up two first-round picks to a guy that we got to sign, you know.
Yeah.
It's just not something that happens. Because it's like, well, I can just draft a quarterback at this point in time as opposed to, I got to pay you $50 million a year. I got to restructure my whole offense. Like, you know, it
seems more of a
chances
hassle.
are it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they still got him for 2 years. There's nothing he can do about that.
Yeah.
So, or they can work aside and sign and trade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on his side too, because, you know, and I hear it on Sports Talk Radio of like, well, they offered him a big contract and he denied it. It's like, well, you don't know what the contract is because that's what the team released.
Yes.
They offered him $140 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Over what though?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You don't know what that is. You don't know if you don't have everything of the. Could be like, well, they offered $140 million guaranteed over 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what do you don't know the rest of the deal?
Yeah. The issue that is posed now, and the Browns really fucked over a lot of people, was the giant contract they gave to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and you can, if you're a good negotiator, you can get rid of that contract.
You can.
Because they had to do it.
Yes.
He wasn't going to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lamar, do you want to go to Cleveland?
Yeah. No.
Would it take $240 million guaranteed to take you to Cleveland? Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
They were off of Baker Mayfield. They didn't have a fucking quarterback. They didn't have a good enough draft pick to get one or thought there was one available. He was going to the Falcons.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, we'll give you $240 guaranteed.
Yep. Oh, yeah, okay.
Basically, you write your own contract.
We'll sign it.
And we'll sign it.
Yeah.
That's the only way that happened.
Yeah. It's a weird thing that it's a quarterback league and you have one.
Yeah.
Don't fuck that up.
Yeah. Because that's one of those things of like, what do you...
Yeah.
That's another going into a talking thing of like, with Chicago, should they trade Justin Fields and draft one? For what? Like, Justin Fields is the only player on your team.
If you're having those thoughts, I feel like you're a very bad GM. You haven't done anything to help that kid out.
Nothing.
And I'm not even talking to as an Ohio State. I'm just talking about as in general of the NFL. Has no weapons, no offensive line. The defense is not very good anymore.
No.
You traded away your best 3 defenders last year, and you gave up. You haven't done anything to help that kid out. So how are you to say, oh, we'll trade him? Great. We'll pick up Bryce Young. He's going to have the same fucking issue that Justin Fields is going to have until you fix everything else.
You have to hit on something.
And again, their minds might change when free agency hits and they just go blow that $90-some million they have on people to get. But they haven't done that yet. You're not going to get a receiver. No, you're not getting a receiver. You're not getting a real top-tier offensive lineman because there's one, those guys aren't there. Like Orlando Brown, there's no way he leaves the Chiefs. No way they're going to figure out how to get him money. But there's not a whole lot of big names out there. Okay, the one that pops up, okay, you're going to sign Taylor Lewan. He hasn't played a whole season in a while. Yeah. He's awesome.
And it's already came out that he wants to play for the Bengals, which I'm okay with. We'll give you $8 million.
Yeah. But that's
because if you get hurt again, we'll just play the guy that's been playing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
that's my issue with the Bears. I think you're a bad organization for thinking that way.
Well, here's the other thing. And what are you going to do? You can draft an edge rusher.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing. You trade that first pick 100%.
Well, you can trade it back and still be a top 5 pick, which you're still taking an edge rusher.
Yeah, but it's more reasonable that way.
Or you trade that pick, fall back to, say, if you trade back to the Colts at 4, somebody else needs a quarterback, you trade back to Carolina at 9.
Yeah.
And they can get, Yeah.
The Bears, this whole win now thing, it's not there.
Because what I would do for them, just for the fucking crowd of it, if you can go from 1 to 4 or 3 or whoever wants that pick, go from 1 to 4 to the Colts. Say they want to go up and get C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Then you go, say Will Levis is there at 4. You trade back to 9 with Carolina if they don't get what they want.
Yeah.
And now swinging around that 9, you've picked up picks.
Yep.
So you got a bunch of second-round picks now.
Yep.
Hey, take Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
They played together.
Yeah.
And at least it's something. It's a weapon. You can buy defensive guys.
Yes.
You're not going to buy receivers.
No, because they're so high right now.
Well, they're so high, and he's not proven.
Yeah.
We're not saying he's bad, that you can give him away.
Yeah.
But he's not, you're not signing, you're not getting Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
It's not, or DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, you're not.
He ain't coming.
No, that's
you're going to have, you need to spend, your first round pick needs to be on a weapon.
Yeah, you
can get edge rushers.
You 100% should trade that first round pick. And in my mind, after you trade that first round pick, you should have about 2 or 3 seconds and another third.
Yeah.
Realistically, when you trade that first round pick, day 1 and 2, you should at least have 5 draft picks.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because people are going to still pay out the ass for that number 1 overall pick. The Colts are going to give up a ton for that first round pick.
Because that's the weird one. Because somebody's going to, and you're only falling a few spots. You just happen to be the only one that doesn't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And depending on how that falls, of who likes who.
Yeah.
Unless you're okay with all 3, you have to move up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're the Colts and you like Stroud, you got to go to 1.
Oh, 100%.
But even if you like Levis, you got to go to 1.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's happening.
Yeah. The Seahawks are interesting. Because they need one. Geno's Geno. He had
second round. They'll get a quarterback.
You think so? I'm just saying they have 2 first round picks.
They're going to be the ones that
take a chance on Hooker.
Yeah. I think that's the perfect thing to do. Or if they're taking a chance and taking one in the first round, that's where you take a kid out of Florida.
Yeah.
Or Florida State. Which one is it?
Florida. Yeah, Richardson.
Because he's not ready to play.
No.
He can't play as a rookie.
No.
He's not any good.
No, not at all.
He's just not.
No, he almost threw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns, guys. Let's go back to that. I'm excited for the draft because those first 10 picks are very interesting because you have the Lions in that first 10.
Yeah.
Who, if the Lions draft any offensive people, I think they have a bad GM.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. Their offense held strong.
Yeah.
Again, they put up numbers well. Their defense was giving up. Now, they played better towards the second half of the year, but your defense was giving up a ton of points.
Yeah.
A ton of points. At 6, I think you take the Lions, I think you can take the big lineman out of Clemson, get some interior guys in there.
You might be able to get the guy out of Georgia at this point in time.
You might be able to. Who knows?
Because you don't know what this does.
Yeah. And then they have that 18th pick too, and that's like another corner. The Joey Porter's son. There's a corner. I mean, so that first round, both in my opinion, both of those picks have to be defense because I think you stick with Jared Goff because he hasn't proven that he's bad.
No, he's fine.
He's fine. And
there's another one of like if you want to pick up a Hendon Hooker because he's not gonna, he's coming off that ACL. He'll be ready by the start of the season, but he can sit behind Jared Goff. That's no big deal.
Yeah. But also the Eagles at 10 come off the fucking Super Bowl and they have a top 10 draft pick. That's awesome.
Yeah.
One, I mean, and then they have a second one too. They have 2 first round picks.
Yeah.
And coming off the Super Bowl.
Where's this pick come from?
10 is the Saint. No. Who'd they trade for a first round? They traded. Is it part of the Niners thing where they traded up to get Trey Lance?
Maybe.
I want to say because the Niners don't have a pick.
The Niners wouldn't be at 10 though.
No, who is 10? I don't know.
Yeah,
I forget that one.
Because they also traded for Brown last year of like so it wouldn't be Yeah,
it wouldn't be that the Titans wouldn't be at 10.
Well, they wouldn't have got a pick from the Titans. They would have given one to them.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, I forget where 10's from.
Yeah. I don't know who that would be.
Me either.
But, and where do they, obviously, you got to see who retires out of that place.
Yeah.
That'd be one for you if they took like an Njigba of like, good fucking luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you needed a slot guy to go with your 2 outside guys?
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Somebody was like, don't be surprised if they take is it Bijan Robinson from Texas, the running back. I'm like, you can get him at 30.
Yeah.
You don't have to take him at 10.
Yeah.
Go get
if he's at 30, take him.
Yeah. Go get you something fun at 10.
It's not like running back was your fucking problem either.
No. Go get yourself something fun at 10, man. I mean, I tell you what though, that guy from that tackle from Northwestern's really hyping up there. If they need a tackle, if they think Lane Johnson's going, or
which they'll know by then.
Yes,
yeah.
I mean I think it's Skoronski or something like how you pronounce it. Just big bastard out of Northwestern. I think that'd be a fun one there.
Yeah, that's
in the Raiders. The Raiders have an interesting first round pick too.
Well, they have an interesting thing because you don't know who their quarterback
That's what I'm saying.
Because like you got to wait for the Rodgers shit to end. You got to wait for Stidham, your guy?
Yeah.
Really?
We can win with Stidham. What about Garoppolo? Yeah, McDaniels likes that guy.
That's got to
go. You know what? Speaking of the Rodgers thing, I love the guy. I'm fucking sick and tired of waiting. That's my personal opinion.
You're not. You're sick and tired of everybody fucking talking about, we need an answer now.
I guess.
You don't need shit.
No, I don't.
Nothing can happen until the fucking 15th anyway. So what are we talking about?
In my mind, though, I know what all of these teams are going to do, and I need that piece to fall so I can, in my mind, tell you what those teams are going to do. It can't fall
until the 15th.
I know it can't fall. But I just want to know. I want to know. I just want to know what he's going to do.
He's going to play.
He's going to play. I just want to know who for.
It's not his decision.
No. But I want to know.
I mean, it's just not. I mean, his only decision is I'm either playing or retiring.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're going to move on to Jordan Love. All right, well, then I'm going to need to play somewhere else. Oh, you don't want to redo your contract? We'll pay you your 60. You're sitting on the fucking bench.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
You can retire, or you restructure this and we'll trade you. I still think he's going back to Green Bay.
Yeah, I think we all think that.
I think, because everybody, I still hate when, like, fucking talking heads are like, well, they need to see what they got in Jordan Love. It's like, well, if they don't fucking know.
Yeah. There's a reason why they're letting him do this, because Jordan Love's not the guy.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
No, he's not the guy at all.
They told Favre to take a fucking hike because they knew they had a guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then everybody gives him shit about not showing up at OTAs like every other fucking veteran.
Uh-huh.
And then you like listen to Andrew Brandt going, we loved it when Favre didn't come because then Aaron could work with it.
Yeah.
He could be the one.
Yeah, exactly.
And we could work him, see what we got, stuff like that. And then when Favre would come back, it's,
yeah.
If the number one guy is there, the number two guy doesn't get any fucking snaps. That's the way it works.
Exactly. Yeah. I just, I want some news and I like to know things, and he's a fun guy to listen to because he's weird, and just want to know what it's. I don't want to know what's in his mind because I don't think I can handle it. I think it's a little too far out there for my taste.
Yeah. But they were doing that again. It went from the Ravens GM straight back into the Rodgers talk on my way home of like, he came out of a darkness retreat.
Yeah.
He went on Aubrey Marcus's podcast, which Aubrey is, that's On It. He owns On It with him and Rogan.
Oh, okay.
And Aubrey is that type of, like, the shit that Aaron is doing had to come from, because I read Aubrey, he wrote a book like years ago. And anytime he's been on Rogan and stuff like that, of like, it's always about the psychedelics and stuff like that. So it's like, he's on a podcast of a guy who's probably the guy that introduced him to everybody to do this shit.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that you call for that.
Yeah.
Of like,
yeah.
So, he's on that show talking about whatever trippy fucking dippy shit that he saw in this dark, I'm like,
I bet.
Well, we need an answer. He's going on podcasts saying that, like, yeah, I know the answer. I'll tell you, and I'll give it to him just because it's a big troll job. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Sure.
He has the answer. He's like, you fucking get it when you get it.
Yeah. He's just, I
don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
And I like that portion of it of like, hey, you were the ones that were motherfucking me about the vaccine and everything like this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Which, if he gets traded, cool.
Mm-hmm.
If they trade him to the AFC, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck.
Good luck, man. Yeah.
AFC's kind of fucking tough.
Stacked. Fucking stacked.
And that was the one of like, the people not wanting to admit that you already got your answer about Jordan Love.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it too. They
don't want to admit the fact of like, if Jordan Love was a fucking guy, they would have told Aaron, hey, take your time and stuff like that. We're restructured, but you're getting traded this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have signed that contract last year.
Yes.
If Jordan Love was a fucking guy.
For sure. No, I agree with you 100%. Jordan Love's not the guy, or they would have already told him to go away.
Because what they will do is if they do trade him for Jordan Love, it's going to be shocking. They're going to trade him to somebody in the top 10 and pick a fucking quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be interesting.
But, that was a weird thing on like the Aubrey Marcus thing.
Mm-hmm.
He got his rise, like he'd go on Rogan. He was the first sponsor of Rogan's podcast.
Oh, okay.
He was like might have been the national director of sales or whatever for Fleshlight.
Oh, really?
Selling flashlight pussies.
Yeah.
Fuck pussies in a flashlight shape.
Nice.
Sponsored it show, and they, he'd go on and they'd talk about it.
And
he was always into like, fitness and stuff like this. And then that's how kind of On It started and then blew up and turned into this big thing. It's like,
it's funny.
So I buy my supplements off a guy that was slinging rubber pussies on Rogan's podcast.
That's funny. That's funny.
One of the bigger, I guess what would you call that? A boutique supplement company? Because they're not like a GNC, but they're pretty big.
Fuck, what was I going to say? Nah, I forget. I was looking at the draft board. What are your Bengals going to do?
8?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's just a fucking tough number.
Okay.
Bijan Robinson probably.
Okay. Do they have?
Because Joe Mixon's
he's got to get cut, doesn't he?
They kind of like listen to. First of all, like hearing that when he was talking about, we plan on T. Higgins being here for a while. If you want a receiver, get your own.
Yeah.
First of all, it's like the first time you ever heard him referred to as a GM
exactly.
or even heard his fucking name. Of like, they have a GM?
When they said that, I was like, who the fuck is Duke Tobin?
Yeah.
Seriously. I was like, is that Katie
Blackburn?
Yeah, I was like,
only
is that
one that you ever, because it's Mike Brown, but he never fucking talks.
Yeah. I don't think
but Katie she kind of runs the operation. Is like,
yeah.
Because I was like, the first thing I thought was like, they got a GM?
Yeah. I just was like, who the fuck is Duke Tobin?
Yeah.
I had to Google him.
I liked what he fucking said, though.
Yeah, exactly. Get your own.
But he also kind of said, like, when it's talking about mixing and stuff like that, you kind of see the writing on the wall of like, hey, you're going to sign a really cheap fucking deal?
Well, you're gone.
Yeah. Because you're running back. You had another allegation come out about a fucking against a female and a gun, so.
Yeah, and you know what? Samaje Perine is there, and we'll just draft somebody, or we'll pick somebody up in free agency, because there's always running backs available in free agency.
Now, my fucking. Because they actually do have some money again.
Yeah, they do.
Now, they got to pay Joe.
Yeah.
But boy. If the Giants fucking fumble this situation,
I know.
Of like, because the thing with Joe Mixon is he's got to come out on third down because his pass protection sucks.
It's terrible.
That's probably why he's getting cut. Hey, if we can't, we love Perine.
Yeah,
but he's
a third down.
He's your spare back.
Yeah,
but we got to play him on third downs because he can catch and he can block.
Yeah,
you can't catch that well,
and your blocking
sucks.
Yeah,
like partially. You lost that game, that last drive where Joe gets sacked is because you missed a fucking block. Can't have it.
Yeah.
But I just see that Saquon of like, that motherfucker catches everything. Can block.
Yeah.
Of like, boy, plug him into that offense and you fucking got something.
Yeah,
but
I know. It would be
I don't know what his number would be.
I don't know his number either, but
you can't pay them all, but like in a perfect world of like,
be interesting.
What do you want to come win? Or do you want to be a giant? Because the bad thing for him is Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott might be kind of the last of that big contract. I know Derrick Henry got one, but Elliott's kind of more apt to.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in that same age bracket.
Yeah.
You've missed multiple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if they could get Saquon for like 10 to 12.
Because it's one of those with, if the quarterback number is going to hit around 40, if you have to tag him, that means you have to fucking pay Saquon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's either you got to pay Daniel Jones and tag Saquon.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to get a friendly deal.
No. Yeah, it'd be interesting how they do that.
But draft-wise, I would look. Depending on how that goes, running back's probably going to be one.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep the offensive line is that you're picking somebody at that. It's
not
just
now.
At that point in time, it's like, well, get them in the second round.
Yeah, not interior because you're not getting a right one because you just paid Collins all that money.
Yeah.
Your left one.
Which basically, your left tackle is the only position available.
Yeah.
And you're not getting one of those.
Yeah. Yeah,
because your center's taken care of, your right guard's taken care of, your left guard is the rookie that you drafted 2 years ago.
Yeah. Kappa's right.
Kappa's right.
Kappa's the right guard. Okay.
Karras, Kappa, Collins, is that who they signed?
Collins, they signed, yeah.
Yeah. The three guys, so basically center through the right guard is fine.
Yeah.
The left guard was a guy that they had drafted.
Okay.
I think to be a center, but then they moved him over to a natural position there.
Yeah.
And left tackle's kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting one of those at 28.
No.
I would be okay if they signed
Lawan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Signing him for nothing of like, okay.
Uh-huh.
Because you're not in the, if you're going to break the bank on somebody, it's going to have to be.
Yeah, the man.
Well, first of all, you got to pay Joe.
Yeah.
And then next year, you got to pay Jamar and you got to get Higgins. Like, you can't.
Yeah, you can't be.
You're not buying a left tackle.
No.
You're not buying a $25 million guy.
No, you're not.
You're getting a Saquon if you could get him for 12.
Yeah, exactly.
But.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Because I think if you cut Joe, you free up 11 or 12 million in cap. Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big number there.
Yeah, it's a number that he's probably going to be on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna guess, depending on that situation, running back, not Bijan Robinson, whatever.
Yeah,
he doesn't move anything for me.
No,
he's
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or secondary.
Yeah, secondary, big time.
Because that's kind of where they're at of not knowing what you got to get the Jesse Bates deal done.
Yeah, so he may be out too.
Yeah,
he may be walking.
You're gonna have some moves to make in your secondary.
Bad.
Yeah,
I mean it's not horrible, but
you'll get Cheeto back. When Cheeto got hurt and Eli's got to be your DB1.
Yeah,
it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, so, I mean you still got Hilton. I mean you still got you
got Hilton, you got Cheeto, you got I mean you've got guys back there. Mm-hmm. The guy they drafted last year was a rookie. He's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like Apple's got to fucking go.
Yeah,
I mean
he only signed a 1-year deal too, right? Yeah.
And it'll probably be back of like, hey man, we'll give you $1 million because ain't nobody else paying you.
And there's always corners that go in free agency and stuff that you don't. I mean, you picked up Mike Hilton in free agency for God's sakes. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, and that's one of those things too of like, you catch a guy. I mean, I know he came out and said a bunch of shit, but you might end up catching a guy like a Jalen Ramsey open.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of like, he's a 2-year rent.
Yeah.
Just depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know Burrow's like, the window's open my whole career. Well, the window with this team is open for another year, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then it's your reset window, know?
Yeah.
Like, they're always going to be good with him, I feel like. But that defense is starting to roll over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where Trey Hendrick's at.
Yeah, I don't know either. He signed a 5.
Yeah.
But was that 3 years ago?
Yeah, and what was the guarantee? Like, is it are you out of guaranteed money now?
Yeah, I don't know. Because it was a decently big, like 55 mil or 60 million or something like that.
That went under the radar.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you sign him? It's like, because he was second in the league in fucking sacks for 2 years in a row. You just didn't pay attention to New Orleans.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Yeah, because he's a stud. And he doesn't wear gloves.
Doesn't wear gloves because he's an animal.
Yeah. What a weirdo.
And I don't think there's any interior defensive line stuff that they're going to get. At that, just
not at that number.
It's so weird. Like my whole life has been like, hey, who we getting in the top 10? And now it's like,
draft
I don't know, fucking trade back, pick up more picks. I mean,
yeah. It is
anybody that you can get at 28, you can probably
get it. Yeah,
you can get at 34.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would be shocked if they did trade back. I mean,
I would just because I don't know if they know how to answer phones.
Yeah,
when it's draft day.
Time. Yeah, shut them off.
Yeah, not paying. Just long distance? I'm not paying. Never heard Mike Brown talk, but that was my...
Yeah.
What?
Like an old radio guy.
It's going to cost what? That was the thing on the NFLPA report cards.
Yeah.
The Bengals didn't finish near the end. They didn't do great.
Or like the hospitality. Did you see that one? The players voted on how their teams, their their hospitality, like how they treat their players, their away players and stuff. You talking about that?
Well, I'm talking about the fact that on their report cards, as they say, it's very often that the bathrooms don't work.
Yeah.
And the showers don't work. And the days that they want you to come in, but on your day off, they don't have the kitchen open.
Is that the Bengals, right?
Yeah, you can't eat. But they weren't in the bottom 5 of the total report card. The shocking one that is Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
It was like 28th.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Yeah. It's weird.
It was like their strength and conditioning, terrible. Talking about we didn't even want to tell them injuries because the way we were treated, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why are you winning? Yeah. Andy Reid is the greatest coach of all time.
It has to be. But it was it was like the Bengals got the indoor, so you're like, it's all better now, and then you realize the shower doesn't work. And how Mike Brown is. We don't own that stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the counties or the city or whoever's paying for it.
They got to fix it.
100% is what he's doing. I'm not fixing that. That's the county.
It's their stadium.
That ain't my job.
Yeah.
My daddy built this, and you will pay for it.
You're getting prospector there.
I feel like he is.
He might be.
You seen the fucked up hats he wears?
Yeah.
It's like he's sponsored by some fucking ranch.
The Dutton Ranch. Let me bring that back in there.
again.
Trying to take his stadium.
They're trying to take my water. That's my water. I always love like AJ talking about that because like when he got there, they just redid the cafeteria in the weight room. And he said like Mike Brown would be down there. He's like, hey, have you tried the new restaurant? It's like it's not a restaurant. It's cafeteria.
Have you tried the new restaurant?
Like, are they making us pay for this?
The restaurant.
It would be like watching Moneyball.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the Bengals. Like, so we got to pay for soda?
Yeah.
In the machine? Are you going to pay $1 for the can of soda?
Yeah.
We like to put the money on the field. Where's my soda money?
Yeah, where's my soda money? It was a pop.
It's all over here.
Pop.
Did he say pop or I think he said soda?
He probably said soda. Fucking weird people.
Which he was at, it's supposed to be, guy that played for the Braves and then the Yankees. David Justice. Notable douchebag.
Yeah.
It was, he used to be, I don't know if he was married to Halle Berry or they were dating or whatever. Guy named Jim, he used to be the assistant superintendent at my previous place of employment. He's a fucking weirdo. Funny as shit.
Yeah.
He didn't know it. But
yeah.
He went on vacation and he like ran into them.
Oh.
Him and Halle Berry.
Yeah.
He goes, I asked for a picture. And he said, David Justice, and he's super religious.
Yeah.
He's like, he called me a mother effer, said that he's on his time off and like not to be bothering him. And he goes on, I told him, I was like, I was asking her.
I don't even know who you are.
And he didn't.
Yeah.
And he's dead fucking serious. Like he knew who he's like, I didn't want a picture with him. I wanted a picture with her.
Yeah.
And funny. Didn't know that was a fucking like, hey, shut the fuck up moment.
Yeah.
That he just gave to David Justice.
That's funny.
I remember we were out working one day and it was the one time he told a joke but we were out repairing divots out on 16. He just, throwing sand. And it was me, another younger kid at this point in time. I was like 18, 19 years old. Another kid my age. And then Jim at that point in time was probably 40.
Yeah.
And talking, and the other kid working said that he was a homophobe. And he's like, I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And it's like, like that's how he started the conversation. Like it was a weird, like that's a weird way to start this.
Yeah.
And Jim is like, I'm religious. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not for that or whatever. And he goes, I will watch two women get it on. We were both. It was just like, what?
That's good.
I was like,
that's funny. Where the hell did
this come from?
Yeah.
First of all, how did this conversation start for you saying that?
Yeah.
And then you coming over the top with this. I've never heard you say anything remotely like anything you just said. He was a fucking weird guy.
It's funny, though.
He got laid off one winter and got a job at the YMCA. Never came back.
Nice.
As like a janitor.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he was making at the course, but I assume not a lot. The guy had been there. The other guy had been there for he'd been the assistant there for like 20 years.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like my whole life, he was just like, well, the superintendent had been there for 40.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think you're going to get this job.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the job after.
Yeah. Nice.
Move along.
Yeah.
But now watch two girls get it on. Like this I'm shoveling sand, but you made it lighter. You made it lighter, sir. Good on you. For being a bigot.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, did you ever catch up on Mara Kingstown? Where are you at?
Nope. I completely forgot. I've honestly completely forgotten about it. Did you finish it?
I mean, I'm caught. There's still like 2 episodes left.
Okay. No, I'm
caught up.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You're an incredible piece of shit.
I know.
It's like the one thing I got going in my life. And you're fucking denying it. Can't talk about it.
You can talk about it. It's not like it's going to fucking bother me.
you're not gonna know the characters.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to fucking mansplain shit to you.
Fine, I will watch it this weekend. I have time.
You got nothing but time.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I know. Got a kid that wants to watch Scooby-Doo and stuff, so, it's...
What, that Velma show?
Did you ever watch that?
No.
It's funny. It's weird as shit. It's funny.
No. I hear people fucking mad about it all the time, but it's like...
It's basically... Think of, like, Family Guy and Big Mouth.
Okay.
But, like, Velma.
Yeah.
But they're not even... It's not Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, see, that's where it lost...
There's not even a dog in it.
It's where it lost me of, like, I understand it's called Velma.
Yeah.
But, hey, your Scooby-Doo character, like, he should make an appearance.
Yeah. He's not. He's not even in it.
Like, that should happen. I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Kind of what you do.
Yeah.
So, like, watching this, and they're going through stuff of, like, so, if you're doing all this shit, when are you solving these fucking mysteries, then?
Yeah.
Because... You have, like, your moonlighting crew that you're solving mysteries with?
Velma's solving mysteries.
Yeah, but when does she find the time to do it with the rest of the crew?
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't watched it all.
And then when does she have the time to have her lesbian moments?
Yeah, I don't know.
Getting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, I just seen people shitting on it. It was never anything I was going to watch anyway.
Yeah,
move your leg. My hamstring's tightening up. I had to get in.
Sorry.
Didn't drink enough water today. I was on the sprayer all fucking day.
Yeah.
Golf shit.
Yeah, golf shit.
7 hours sitting on a fucking sprayer.
Praise God.
Yeah. That fucking cult's coming.
Yep.
That cult is a-coming. If you just pray to the golf gods.
It sounds like a wrestler now.
They kind of do.
Yeah.
Cutting promos
for your golf religion.
If you pray to the golf gods, that beverage cart girl will show her titties for less than $20. Been out of the cart girl game for a while. I don't know what the going rate is.
Not bad.
Figured I was pretty close.
Pretty close.
I'm not going above a 20, and I'm not breaking anything. Nope. If you want another fucking 10, get out of here.
Yeah.
How much? Every Jesus Christ.
Fucking pervs.
Go online, man. Maybe I don't even want to see those. I don't. But now, if they were dressed up in school Catholic outfits,
that's a different story.
Part of the golf god seminary.
Different story there.
Feel like I'm gonna write. I probably need to start writing.
Yeah, you gotta start writing your scripture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, to get in, like, you have to go through, like, in Scientology, the e-meter thing, like those cans that you have to come in. Like, I'm gonna need you to shotgun 6 beers and then play this first hole. And if you can't break it in under, you got to make double bogey or better.
Yeah.
And you're in.
You're in. You can do it.
Sorry, Seth.
Yes. Can I? Without the 6 beers.
Well, I mean, if you donate enough, you get breakfast. Unlimited mulligans. If you hit the $10,000 donation mark, you get unlimited mulligans at Golf Gods Country Club.
That's your Bible. It's called mulligans. Everybody gets a second chance.
We're going to read from the book of Mulligans.
Yeah.
Written by Paul Corinthian. I feel like I'm on to something.
You're on to something.
I feel like if one of your buddies listens to this, they're going to be like, I would join.
Yeah.
Probably give him my wife, too. I don't. Can I keep some of my money?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta keep some of it.
What kind of car do you have?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, the cult leader's golf cart, what that would look like?
Oh, that'd be cool. Huh. It'd be look like the ones that they make for, like, Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods that time.
Oh, it'd be more than that. Them fucking low-class bitches.
Would yours be jacked up?
No, okay. I wouldn't want to get up that. Fucking bad knees, man. I'm a fucking heavy fella. Well, I guess I could have a guy come down and squat down and I just step on his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
People thought I was going to say back of it. No, lay your head on the ground, and I'm going to step on it to get up here. See Daisy.
Yeah. Eyes pop out.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's 2 mulligans for you.
Just give it away. Just give it away.
1 mulligan.
Yeah, your sins have been forgiven.
Forgive me, sir, I have sinned. All right, what's your sin? Oh, that's pretty bad.
Say 5 Tiger Woods and get onto the course.
You can only play with 11 clubs today. Yeah. No lob wedge, no driver.
Yeah.
Well, I got better. Yeah, no shit, because you're terrible at golf and you should be hitting those clubs anyways. And then start making my own putters.
Yeah.
Golf god putters.
Yep.
Maybe I'm the golf god.
Nice. Maybe I'm the golf god.
Well, you don't watch It's Always Sunny. There's always that Dennis, because he's kind of like that psychopath who's like, I am the golden god. Actually, that would be something. A golf god thing like that, and then I'll just dress like gold member.
Yes.
Like gold pants, gold fucking polo.
Nice.
Gold watch, gold teeth.
Looking cool.
Yeah. Giving out mulligans.
Yeah. Power be with you.
That's great. Oh.
And also with you.
And with you.
Yeah.
I'll give you 1 eagle. You can write a 3 on the card anywhere you want.
Pick your hole.
Pick a hole. Pre-round.
Yeah, pre-round, yeah.
If you accidentally, make an eagle on a par 5, but you picked it, that's on you.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Can't go back. Scripture. Government.
Yeah. Gotta get my
tax credit. Oh, God. This is a weird way to end a fucking show.
Yeah, it was.
All right. We'll be back next week with more episodes of Golf Gods.
WideSide.